was subjected to this horrendous treatment since January, incarcerated without cause. It's unacceptable. Now that he has been released, we have grave concerns about his safety and that of his family. As I speak to you, it is not safe for him or his mother, who is standing beside me, to return to their home.
My people, believe me when I tell you that Nigeria is depressing and toxic at the moment. How can a Nigerian police detain a child, a minor, in prison for more than 3 months without doing proper investigation of the crime that they accused him of? What type of country are we in? And this is our police officer. Did these people went to police college? Were they not taught how to investigate? And this boy is a minor. This is Quadri, the guy who spread his hand during Peter Obi's campaign that went viral. His enemy framed this boy and they sent this boy to prison. Instead of Nigerian police to investigate, they put this guy into prison. It is a lot, my people. Let us watch the video. When we return, we'll continue. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel for more updates. Thank you.
I can confirm to you that at exactly 2:30 p.m. Mr. Alabi Yusuf Quadri, or Quadri, was physically handed over to me by the authorities of the Nigerian Correctional Service. Recall that about 3 hours ago, the court discharged him following the advice of the Director of Public Prosecutions, Lagos State, where the DPP found that Quadri Alabi has no case to answer, that the allegation of armed robbery brought and made by the police is without substance, without evidence, and that he was innocent. However, as you may be aware, when a court makes an order discharging a person, there is an administrative process that has to follow, which is basically for the signing, the preparation and signing of his release warrant. Until that warrant is physically handed over to the correctional officer, it cannot be physically released. So now the warrant was signed and handed over, and Quadri is now free and is going home and is no longer returning to the medium security custodial center. Let me thank all Nigerians and the media for the interest they have shown in the case of this boy. Like I keep saying, you may not understand Quadri's case until you have met Quadri. Those of you that have now seen him, you don't need to have power of clairvoyance. You don't need to be a prophet to look at this boy, maybe by looking at him, to know that, to have reason to question the allegation made against him. So for the fact that a Nigerian child was subjected to this horrendous treatment since January, incarcerated without cause, is unacceptable. Now that he has been released, we have grave concerns about his safety and that of his family. As I speak to you, it is not safe for him or his mother, who is standing beside me, to return to their home. So as I speak, Quadri is basically homeless because their current home is not safe for them. There are reasons why I'm saying that. Apart from the fact that you are all aware of the circumstances that led to him being abducted, he was not arrested. Quadri was abducted by so-called area boys. So, handed over to the police. The same people behind his travels, they have not left Nigeria, they have not left Lagos, they are still within that community. So it is only common sense that his family should be relocated somewhere else. So we'll be appealing to Nigerians of good conscience. Please extend a hand of help to this family, and Quadri in particular. The most pressing need is for us to get an alternative accommodation for them, get them accommodation elsewhere where his family can stay. They don't have the means. You can see it yourself. The second second need is that even though he became momentarily famous during the elections, quite sadly that fame, was not, the benefit of that fame was not sustained. So he basically went back to the streets doing petty things. So currently he needs some stable form of employment. He has started learning tailoring. I don't know whether he would want to continue with that, but the point is that Quadri needs some form of rehabilitation that will enable him to be self-sufficient and useful to the country. So we are appealing to any spirited member of the public out there that may want to assist him beyond just the accommodation. Please reach out to me. We'll be able to bring that help to his family. And then lastly, I want to restate for emphasis, and I say this without apology, and I'm ready to say this before anybody in this country. I'm ready to say this before anybody. The divisional police officer of Amokoko divisional headquarters has to be removed. If the commissioner of police does not sanction him, along with the other officers who took part in this act of evil, what the commissioner of police Lagos will be telling Nigerians and the whole world is that the Lagos police now connive with criminal elements to abduct children and falsely frame them for armed robbery. So if the Lagos Police Command has no hand in this travesty, this abomination that has been done, if the IG does not consent to what has been done to Quadri, we want to see an immediate action taken against the officers who were behind it. We are not going to withdraw this demand. And as I have said, the police must also compensate him, and we are demanding for 100 million. Our last demand is public apology. If these demands are not made, we don't bluff. If these demands are not made within 14 days, I can confirm to you that I will be approaching the court. I will also be going directly to the Police Service Commission. One message we want to pass clearly is that Quadri's case is not an isolated case. We are all discussing Quadri today because his case has come to public knowledge. So Nigerians should ask the DPO of Amokoko, how many more Nigerians has he falsely framed for armed robbery? How many more Nigerians has he falsely framed for murder? How many more people have they thrown false allegation on and had them remanded in prison or the custodial center? This travesty has to be addressed, and it is in the interest of the Lagos Police Command to understand the gravity of what has happened. As I want to repeat, we are not going to withdraw this demand, and we are ready to state this demand before anybody and authority in this country. So I thank you once again for coming out, and I want to appreciate all of you who have stood by him, who have shown patience with this family. Nobody should ever have to suffer what Quadri has suffered. I, as a lawyer, you were aware in 2022, I went to prison for 1 month in this country because I took up a case against the governor. Yeah. So I have a practical experience of what it means to be wrongly incarcerated. And that is why nobody should be innocent. No innocent person should ever be made to spend a day in the prisons.
Can we speak to Quadri about his experience in detention?
Well, you can ask, but he may not be able to say a lot.
Quadri, can you share with us what happened? Were you tortured? Did you come to under any form of abuse? What happened in prison?
How do you feel now that you're free? I feel better. 17 years.
What do you want to? What do you want to do now? Your lawyer has said that you learned tailoring, but what do you want to do going forward? You want to go to school? Can you let him learn?
I want to
where my mother, because we don't have anything, we don't have anything to do, things, everybody can help me, please. And once we live well, we are staying, want to sleep well. Please, everybody can help us. Thank Nigeria, my lawyer, my family, thank all of them. There was no promotion.
How did the police case the instance of violation in Nigeria?
Instance of what?
Police case brings child abuse.
There are many children like Audrey in our correctional centers. The juvenile justice system in Nigeria needs to be revisited. It needs to be revisited. And what I have seen from experience, this is not the first time. I've had these battles with the police before. The good news is that we have always defeated them. And this is not going to be an exception. What you will find in each of these cases is that when police arrest minors, most times they will falsify their ages. You heard the magistrate make that point. If they had disclosed that Quadri was 17, not the 18, the magistrate would have asked questions. The magistrate would have had interest in knowing why he should be sent away adult and be detained. But they lied about his age. They lied about his age. They lied about everything. How can you say a young boy committed armed robbery and you now bring him, attach him to strangers and say they are his casemates, and the whole country is moving on? That is not civilization. And then you go back, the DPO possibly has children, he possibly has a wife in his house, but he went home to sleep. He's not bothered, and you are doing this to a child. People he has never met, he doesn't have any relationship with. You said that his case made for armed robbery. Meanwhile, even the touts that abducted him and brought him to me, they claim he was involved in street fighting, which is not true. And suddenly you brought him to court for armed robbery. This is an abomination. And the entire country should be alarmed. Should be alarmed. It's an embarrassment to the country. That is why I'm saying, if the commissioner of police is not part of this evil conspiracy, we want to see the action he's going to take against the DPO. We are not going to compromise on that demand. The DPO of Amokoko must be removed. We are not, under no condition, even at gunpoint, we are not going to shift on that demand. He must be removed.
Can you speak to the mother, please? Mommy, say English, never stop Yoruba. Yoruba, anyone, the valley so. Báwo ni ẹ ṣe, báwo ni yín ṣe dùn sí, báwo lẹ ṣe ló ṣe lára yín sí lè ṣe ọmọ yìí.
Inú mi dùn mo dúpẹ́ fún àkọ́kọ́ pẹ́ mi lọ́wọ́ Mrs. Hassan torí pé kí ni òun ni ẹni tí ó jẹ́ kí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí níyànjú. Torí nígbà náà ó lọ síbi iṣẹ́ ń aṣọṣẹ́ ìlọrin ọlọ́pàá kò ní àwọn bọ́ìsì wọn láti ní àwọn ọlọ́pàá. Bàbá ẹ̀ kú sí ojú ọdún mẹ́fà lọ. Tí bàbá ẹ̀ kú torí owó tí wọ́n fún ẹ ló yẹ kí ra màálù ó yẹ kí ra rẹ̀ sí. Fáwọn bọ́ìsì ọmọ mi ni wọ́n fún. Yóò tẹ̀ ẹ̀ mọ̀ owó tó ọ̀pá ilé ìpaladà níbẹ̀ tó ẹ̀fẹ́ rí sójú àtọ́ ìgbé ìyẹ̀sì bó ṣe rìn ọmọ ilé ẹ̀ lọ síbi iṣẹ́ ṣó ti yé yín àmọ́ mo dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ náà mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹni tó àdàgà lọ́ọ̀yà yìí èèyàn ni wọ́n àwọn méjèèjì àti Peter Obi ọlọ́run ní pábà yìí ní àgbàrọ̀ náà.
Mommy, ṣàkọ́bí ni àbí ọmọ mi lè.
That's my last born mi ni.
How many other children?
Ọmọ mẹ́rin péré náà ni mo bí obìnrin kan ṣoṣo ọkùnrin mẹ́ta.
Orúkọ yín mà.
Mrs. Bọ́lá Àlàbí.
Thank you. Thank you for your patience. Thank you.
My people, can you see how these people want to waste this boy youthfulness? Can you see what some people are going through in this country called Nigeria? So many people are there in prison and they are innocent. Some of them have spent more than a year there, yet they have not gone for any trials. These policemen that arrested this boy and threw him into the dungeon, don't they went through police college? Were they not trained how to do investigation? What type of country are we in this country called Nigeria? Is it because we are over 230 million people? So even if we are dying in 100, it will not even affect our population. I don't really understand. Every day from one bad news to the other in this country. Guys, you people know this guy called Quadric. He is the guy that spread forth his hand towards Peter Obi convoy during 2023 presidential election campaign. This guy went viral, and according to story, he got a lot of gifts, a lot of cash from him going viral, and some area boys approached this boy to share so that he can share the money with them, but he refused, and they framed this guy up. They threw this guy into the dungeon. Instead of Nigerian police to investigate, they kukuma join hand to make sure that this guy spent more than 3 months in prison without doing anything. Thank God that the judge has also, oh goodness, discharged this boy and saying that he did not commit any crime, that his hands are clean. Thank God, if not for someone like this, our lawyer Effion, and that so many Nigerians intervene, this is how this boy would have wasted years in prison for not doing anything. The other day, we all see a story of a guy who have spent more than 15 years in prison for stealing fowl and egg. This is the type of case we witness in Nigeria. If not that, Governor Adeleke intervened in that boy case, this is how they would have tied the boy, because in the first 5 sentence forever made they delete the guy. That was the kind of sentence they gave to the guy. Nigeria is so depressing and toxic. Meanwhile, those with the white people, they there for bush, they are even snapping picture, posting it on social media. Some of them, their face are not even covered, and they are walking in Nigeria freely, because they know that there would be no consequences for their action, because they know that we are in a lawless country, because they know that rule of law is not applicable to all, that it is applicable to some people. They know that if our politician can claim that they are above the law, that they too can also claim it, because ever since Nigeria said that they are democratic nation, I've never seen any political elite go to prison upon all the crime that they have been committing, and EFCC have been finding them wanting upon all the crime that they have been committing. The one that said that egg swallowed water, swallowed money, no prison. Even Yahaya Bello is walking about free, and allegedly they said that he stole over 80 billion naira. So today he's a free man. But tomorrow, somebody that stole my, they will show his face or her face on a national television. This is the kind of country we found ourselves into. Nigeria will not do proper investigation. They will not fight crime. But any little thing they hear, I don't know whether they now charge people to court or whether they now put people in prison based on assumption and not proper investigation. I pray that God will give you Nigeria a good leader who will have the interests of the masses at heart, who will make sure that the rule of law is applicable to all men, not to some certain class of people, who will make sure that justice is served, who will make sure that peace and tranquility will reign in the land, who will make sure that regardless of who you are, you will face the full wrath of law when you breach any law in this country. Who will make sure that we will eat from the good of the land? Who will make sure that there will be equitable distribution of wealth? That leader is what we are praying for, and I know that God will give it to Nigeria, because it will be our own sin past every other country say. God will give Nigeria a good leader, because what we have now in this country, I don't even understand. These people say that PDP have tried Nigeria, that they have wasted 16 years of Nigeria. This is 10 years of APC in Nigeria. They have taken Nigeria 40 years backward, and this is a country that said that they are democratic. If you say anything bad, oh my goodness, not even anything, but if you talk as the team they pay you, they will say that you are insulting them. They don't even want to take correction. Guys, please, I will see you in my next video, because if you keep on talking about Nigeria, it will drive you north. It will take you down if you are not careful. Nigeria will drag you down. It will make you to gone local if care is not taken. Please like this video, comment and share, turn on the post notification so that anytime I upload a new video you will be the first to get notified. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and have dominion. Bye bye.